What's up, everyone? It's Monday today. I'm actually not working today, which is pretty fortunate because working on Mondays is always a bummer, and I usually don't get days off. But it's like a rainy day today, and like the construction industry, at least in California, I'd say when it's a rainy day, sometimes it's like a day off, depending on how much it's raining. It's been raining a lot today, and I think it's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow also. I'm sure that in other states where it rains a ton, this is not so common, but at least here, because it never rains, if it rains a lot, then you usually don't work for that day. I'm gonna use this opportunity to work on my personal statements for like my graduate applications, but also I thought I'd make a video about like my vintage tea collection, because I've accumulated quite a few, and I think it'd be a pretty interesting video. First up, I'm gonna go and just get out the house a little bit before I stay in and work on those papers. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get coffee and just some food, and then come back and start working on those personal statements. This is how my room is looking now. I just do this like IKEA square dresser storage unit kind of thing, and then I have this little chair here with an ottoman. With no coffee table or anything, it has like so much more space, so it's a lot better. I've already used that, just chilling on my computer and stuff like that. I thought I'd share what I'm wearing today. So on the bottoms, I just have these Capital flare jeans in this like mossy green kind of color. Underneath, I'm just wearing an old Fleetwood Mac tee with like a thermal underneath it. And then I just have this Carhartt jacket. This is just a regular Carhartt jacket. This one's a size medium because they're pretty bulky, but this one fits me perfectly with a medium. So yeah, that's what I'm rocking today for a little rainy day. Alright, I secured my coffee and got a sandwich from a spot like right down the street from where I got coffee. So I'm gonna start heading home now. But it's crazy when it's overcast and it's like a cool day. It's such a nice day to walk around. But most of the year it's just like sunny and hot here, which I don't want to complain about because it's not too bad, but alright, let's start getting into my vintage tea collection. If you're expecting like me to pull out $500+ wrap teas, Nirvana teas, stuff like that, this might not be the video for you. But I think I have like 20 teas here. These are just teas that I wear like on the daily, things like that. I've been buying vintage teas since I like started high school 8 years ago, and since then I've just been kind of rotating teas. Like I'll sell some teas, get some other teas, and that's kind of just how I do it. Yeah, I'd say a lot of these teas range in value from, I don't know, $40 to maybe $200, depending on who's selling them, I guess, really. A lot of these I've actually gotten on eBay, so I've been big on eBay for the longest time. I'll just search for teas, scroll under for the longest, and then usually I'll know my measurements, so most of the time I get the tea and it fits basically perfectly. Or there's like a lot of times where I'll find a sweet tea that's like too small for me, and I'll send it to like some of my friends so they can get them instead. But yeah, this is just like 20 teas. I'll go through them quickly. So I'll just put all the teas I'm gonna show are here, and then there's like a few over here. Luckily I got this dresser yesterday, so now I have more space for stuff because I was like super cluttered in my closet. I don't usually put my teas on like a hanger. I usually just keep them folded, but for the sake of this video, I'll just keep throwing them on a hanger so it's a little bit easier to show them. So the first tea I'm gonna show is just this John Lennon tea from 1996. It's dated on the bottom here, and it's just got a photo of John Lennon at the front, and then it's got some song lyrics on the back. Yeah, this one's a sweet one. This one fits me pretty well. It's on a Winterland tag. I don't know if you could see from there. But yeah, this one's a pretty classic vintage John Lennon tea. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these before on eBay, other sites like that. But yeah, I just like the little lyrics on the back and everything. and the front graphic's pretty mellow. Alright, the next tee is just an old Harley 3D emblem tee. Tag's super faded, but I can kind of read it, and it just says Harley Davidson Motorcycle Company, and it has like the 3D emblem thing on the bottom of the tag there. And this one just says I own a Harley, not just a t-shirt. So this one's a little bit funny to wear out. When people read this one, they're usually laughing a little bit. But then the back also just has the dealer graphic on the back. Alright, unfortunately for me, like 5 minutes into recording this video, my camera stopped recording and I didn't even notice. So then I went through like all my tees, and now I'm gonna have to do it again. So I'm gonna go in reverse because all my tees are like stacked on top of each other now. So hopefully this camera doesn't stop recording, because that would just be a bummer. So yeah, let me start off in reverse, and then I think I was able to get like 2 tees on the last recording. But yeah, it just sucks that it stopped recording. I didn't even notice. Alright, but anyways, let me get into the tees that I have left. So this first one I'm just gonna show really quick. This one is just like an old Camel Cigarettes tee, just a pocket tee at the front. And then I just mainly like it for this back graphic here. And it's just like a racing graphic on the back. Just got the Camel there with like a racing suit and everything on, smoking a cigarette. So yeah, this one's just more funny. I just like this one. I have like 2 other tees with a similar graphic on the back. One of them is like a monster truck, but for some reason I can't find them right now. Alright, the next tee is just this vintage Indian motorcycles tee. I just wanted to show this one because, you know, everyone rocks the old vintage Harley tees. But it's cool to switch it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to find Indian motorcycles tees. They're definitely not as common as Harley tees and stuff like that. And not as many people know about Indian motorcycles. But this one's just a sweet, easy grow-in graphic on the front. And then it's just got the Indian motorcycles logo on the back here. And this one's just like on an old Fruit of the Loom tag that you can see there. Alright, next one is just Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers tee from 1999. It's just got this sweet little graphic on the front that's been kind of faded. It's kind of hard to see sometimes. And then on the Winterland tag here, you can see that. And in the back, it says the year 1999, which is kind of funny, because that's the year I was born. So this one's a little bit of a cooler one for me. Alright, then I have this old Kurt Cobain tee. I'm not sure what the story on this tee is too much, but I've definitely seen a few of these graphics on eBay and stuff before. But I just like the color on this one. It's just pretty sweet. Kurt Cobain just in a dress there, holding a cigarette in his hand, and it's just got the Kurt Cobain printed on the back there behind him. This one doesn't have like a graphic on the back or anything, just the front graphic, but I like wearing this one. It just has a nice color. Alright, the next one is a band tee, I guess, but I mainly just got it for the graphic at the front, and just says Got Meth on the front, just like the old Got Milk advertisements, and has this little graphic on the back here. And this one's printed on a giant tag. And yeah, I didn't even know this was like a band tee. Just got it for the print on the front. But I'm actually selling this on my Grailed, so if anyone wants to buy this, leave a comment and I'll throw you the link to my Grailed there. Alright, the next one is just an old Aerosmith tee. And I just got it for the graphic on the front. This one's just funny, Eat the Rich. And then on the back, it just has a little Aerosmith logo at the top here. I'd seen a photo of Steven Tyler wearing this when he was performing, so I'll throw that photo up on the screen. But this one's just on an old Anvil tag. If you can see here, the color's been super worn out, so this one's definitely gotten pretty beat up before I got a hold of it. But yeah, I like this one a lot. I like that it's red, because most of my vintage tees are like black and white usually. Alright, this next one is a Bob Seger tour tee. I think this one's from 1996. I just like the graphic on the front, and I like the light blue color. Just super nice, and goes with the white really well. And then on the back it just has that same light blue lettering, and then just has all the tour locations in the back here. I've been listening to Bob Seger since I was like a little kid, so this one's a sweet one. I've seen the same graphic on eBay and stuff, so if you want to find this one, it should be pretty easy. But yeah, this one's a sweet one. Alright, this tee is a personal favorite of mine, and it's just a old Ben Davis tee, but it's printed on an old Anvil tee. So I'm not sure what the story is on these. I guess Ben Davis used to sell these. I don't know if they had stores or something like that or online. But yeah, I was pretty hyped when I saw this because I've never really seen like that many vintage Ben Davis tees. There's they're pretty hard to find if you want to find one. But yeah, the graphic on it is just funny. Got the Ben Davis dude on there just chilling with all the zip tee and everything like that. Alright, next up is just this Weezer tee. It's just got this little graphic on the front middle right there. It's printed on a giant tag, and then just got this Weezer on the back, and then this one's from 1997. This one's sweet. I like that it's red because it gives my tee collection a little bit more color. Yeah, I had this for a little while, and I forgot about it. It was at the bottom of my closet, but I finally found it again recently. Alright, this next one is more of just like a funny one, and this one I got pretty recently, and it's just on an old anvil tag, and just says 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, and then a floor at the bottom, and it just has like a cowboy who is laid down with the shot glass in hand and the little lime spilled out over on the side. So yeah, this one's just a funny one. This one's a good one to rock out to the bar or something like that. Alright, the next one is just this old Sex Pistols tee on an anvil tag again, and this one's sweet because it's yellow. I've never seen that many yellow vintage tees, especially like band tees and stuff like that. But this one's cool. Just has like a little hole at the front here, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's not too bad. I've seen quite a few of these on eBay too, so if you want to get this graphic, you can definitely find one on eBay. Alright, next up is just this Elton John tee. I just like the coloring on the front, mainly the pink suit and then the blue lettering up here. And the back just shows like the tour locations also, so the back is pretty mellow. Alright, this next one is the most recent vintage tee that I got. And it's just this old David Bowie tee with a super sweet graphic at the front. I got this one at a store in Highland Park, actually. I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. And I'd seen this at the store like a few weeks ago, and then I didn't end up getting it at the time, but I was like thinking about it for the next week. So then I went back to the store, and they actually had it still, which is sweet, so then I got that. And then the back graphic is also super tight. I like just the color on this a lot. The color is like super nice. Alright, the next one is another one of my personal favorites. Just an old Sublime tee. Just unfortunate that it has some like bleach stains in the front, but it isn't too bad. And then the back graphic is like one of my favorites, and just has Skunk Records on the back there with Long Beach, California at the bottom. Alright, this one is kind of a funny one, and just got a weed leaf on the front. It says Blunt, and then this is a Dazed and Confused tee, so it has Dazed and Confused in the back. It's been pretty faded, so it's like kind of a light gray now. And then the tag has been cut in half, unfortunately, but you can see that it's an old Screen Stars tag from what's left of it. But yeah, this one's in super good condition still, other than being pretty faded. No pun intended, I guess. But yeah. Alright, I'm getting into the last few tees here. This one's another one of my favorites. I've worn this so many times, and it's just a tee that just has a mellow graphic at the front. Grunge is dead. And then this one doesn't have a tag on it, unfortunately. But I'll throw a photo up. If you've seen this one before, there's like a photo of like Kurt Cobain chilling in his house wearing this same tee, and that's what I knew it from, so that's why I got this one. But yeah, this one's one of my favorites for sure. Alright, this one, I'm gonna get into 2 Harley tees now, and then this one's just a vintage Harley tee, and the graphic at the front is just super sweet. It just says "Make my day, try to steal my bike," and I just got a revolver pointed at you. This graphic is super tight. It's been super worn out. You can see that it's like the color is super light now. The graphic is still nice, and then on the back it's just got this like dealership logo on the back, and just says Long Beach, California, which is cool. And then it's printed on a old Hanes Beefy, and the tag is still in super good condition. Alright, I tried to get through it a little bit quickly. I think I was kind of rushed also because I just filmed it, but it didn't end up recording. That was my whole vintage tee collection. I have like a bunch more in my closet, but those aren't like tees that I feel like are worth showing. They're not that interesting. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content from me, just subscribe. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get to them. Wanted to say before I end the video also is that vintage tees, knowing your measurements is super important. So the 2 most common measurements are basically just from your under armpit stitch, from like each under armpit stitch, so that's just like chest measurement. So just get your favorite tee and just whatever you think fits the best on you, and take that measurement, and then take the top to the bottom hem measurement, and then you can see the length of it. And yeah, you just need those 2 measurements and you're basically good to go. A lot of times with like vintage tees, the sizing will be a little bit warped. So you'll have like a tee that says XL, but it'll really fit like a modern medium or something like that. So you don't want to like get finessed out of a wrong size. So yeah, make sure if it doesn't have the measurements listed for a tee, make sure to ask. And then as long as you have those 2 measurements, you're good, and makes looking for vintage tees online way easier.